credit repair hacks nobody wants you to know about in 2025. I am exposing them all. This is the final video of my 25-part series, 25 credit repair secrets in 2025 that you need to know about. My name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott. If you are new here, make sure that you have subscribed to the channel. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you found value in the 25-part series. And most importantly, leave me a thumbs up. Now, in this final video, I know it says part 26, but some of the videos were put in one. 21 and 22 are in one video. To make it fair, this is the final kaboom. We are talking about opting out or freezing some of these third-party data furnishing companies, who these data furnishing companies are, and what type of data they are actually reporting on you. Because in today's world, information is the new gold, my friends. So you have to know this information, because you know how I say, if you knew better, you would do better. And I give you the information that you need to know, not what you want to hear. Now, is this going to save the world and make it so they cannot basically report things to your credit, or they can't verify things for your credit? I wouldn't go that far, right? I wouldn't say it's going to be that much of a game changer unless you have like bankruptcies and things that are really serious, tax liens, child support, public record data. In that case, we went over one of these videos inside of the series, how to deal with that, like bankruptcies, LexisNexis, that kind of thing, right? But this list here, I have a list of all of the consumer reporting agencies and kind of what they specialize in. Now, if you want a copy of this guide, comment the word guide and I will send you access to this guide, which has all of the 25 hacks that we have gone through in this series. And let me tell you something, this guide is over like 60 pages and everything is linked here. So you will have everything at a bird's eye view, which is easy peasy lemon squeezy. In our previous video, we talked about third-party data, ChexSystems, and early warning if you've been denied a bank account. Now, this one, they are consumer reporting agencies, anywhere from, consumer data to leasing to employment, all of that stuff. So let's go through them very quickly. I've got all of their websites here, and you can go to their website and either opt out or freeze your report. The one thing that you're going to need to do is keep all of this information extremely organized, because in the event that you have to opt back in because you're not able to be verified, this happens a lot with LexisNexis, especially because they offer the Clue report for insurance companies. So if you're applying for insurance and you're not able to get verified, oftentimes it's because your LexisNexis report is locked or opt out of. And you'll have to opt back in for a short period of time for them to verify you, and then you can opt back out. But they're going to send you a PIN number. Make sure you keep that safe and secure. Keep it organized in a binder or a folder. Now, you will be able to request your report from these companies as well. They all will provide a consumer report, just like the three major data furnishers, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. But these are kind of like the smaller companies, but yet still report consumer information, but still have to follow the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And it's always good to know what these people have on file for you. So request a copy and you can dispute anything that's inaccurate or just simply. So we've got Advanced Resolution Services. They collect a lot of information about declined bank card applications. Of course, they're a subsidiary of Visa, so they have a lot of information on file, and you can freeze your report with them. We've got Innovis. They provide identifying verification, and they house a lot of just consumer data overall, and they will give you one free report for every 12 months. I highly recommend that you opt out of ARS, you opt out of Innovis. Then we have LexisNexis, especially if you have bankruptcies, but you'll also need to dispute that information. Request a copy of your report, just like you would with ChexSystems or Early Warning, or like these other companies, just go right to their website and request a copy of your consumer report. And again, dispute any errors that you see on there. But you will want to opt out so they cannot share your information with anyone. Unfortunately, the other big dogs, LCI, when it comes to bankruptcy information, you're not able to opt out or freeze with them. But most of these companies here, and of course they're owned by TransUnion, These companies here, you can opt out or freeze. They're going to have that option for you. Now, you can, of course, we're not going to read everything in this guide, but you can get a copy of this guide and go over it in more detail. But the top ones here that are the consumer reporting agencies, these are the ones that I would say opt out of. So we've got Advanced Resolution Services, ARS, Innovis, LexisNexis, and SageStream. Okay, SageStream collects a lot of information, auto lender information, credit cards, retailers, and guess what? LexisNexis owns SageStream. So, of course, you're going to want to make sure that you've requested your report and you opt out of it. Next up, we have a ton of these tenant screening companies. So if you have any evictions or negative data that has prevented you from getting approved for housing, request the report or request that the company that denied you send you a copy of the tenant screening report so you know who it's from and you can dispute that information just like you would be able to with the 3 major credit bureaus. Okay, there's no different. These are all still consumer reporting agencies and you can dispute information with any of these companies. And you'll see here, even like Experian, they have tenant reporting company. So we're not going to go over all of them. So TransUnion, yep. Now, another one that I would opt out of is Clarity Services. They are low income and subprime, reporting. So definitely freeze and opt out, request a copy of it. And guess what? Clarity Services is owned by TransUnion. So isn't that quaint? Yep. So just beware. We've got DataX. This is one that you're going to want to request a copy of and opt out of. Factor Trust, Microbuilt, Teletract. They are payday lenders, rent-to-own businesses, and high-risk consumer finance businesses. And that's all for for that section. I would opt out of all of those as well. And then we have employment screening companies. Now, these are a little bit more difficult and sometimes they don't always allow you to opt out. However, you can request a copy of your report and certainly dispute anything on there. ADP, oh my goodness, backgroundchecks.com. There's a ton of these places. So if you have issues, request your report, opt out of what you can opt out of, dispute anything negative on you with this, hey, look, that's not me, that's my father. It happens a lot with the juniors and seniors. The information can be mixed up, use it to your advantage, of course. But, these are all of the places. We also have check and bank account screening. Okay, there's Certegy Payment Solutions. We've got ChexSystems, which we went over in the previous video. Of course, request your ChexSystems report. We've got Crosscheck, Early Warning. ChexSystems and Early Warning are the 2 major players, but if you are worried about other data furnishers, get the reports. They usually will give you a report for free every 12 months. Global Payment, Telecheck Services, and then it goes on to personal property insurance. Now, here's a kind of a side note. If you are applying for insurance, right, they're going to look at your credit report. It's a soft pull, but if you have bad credit, you're going to be charged more for insurance. That's just the way it goes because you are a higher risk. You show risky behavior when you have a low credit score. When you have a better credit score, get a new quote for insurance. It might be a lot cheaper. But this is personal property insurance here. So you can take a look. LexisNexis. So like I said, if you are getting denied for auto insurance and you have LexisNexis locked or not denied, but they can't verify your identity, it's usually because your LexisNexis is locked and you'll have to unlock it for like 48 hours or so and have the PIN number that they sent you. A lot of times when you opt out or freeze, they're going to send you a PIN number. So keep all of that stuff organized, guys. And again, if you want access to this so you don't have to take a bunch of screenshots, comment the word guide and I will send you this full guide of all of my 25 hacks and where to go, everything is linked in here. So a ton of value in there, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I will leave a playlist below that has all of the 25 videos inside of this credit repair secret secrets playlist. Make sure to watch them, guys. Take action. And if you are not a part of the credit community, join. Now is the time to join. I've got videos in here that break it down. We've had a lot of guest speakers on the community, and you are going to have access to all of these videos that we have replayed, or, that we've had previously to you joining. So the great thing is, it's not like other communities where you pay a price and then you go in and they charge you a bunch of money to watch these masterclasses. You're going to have access to everything. And if you personally let me know that you watched the credit repair series on YouTube, I'll give you access to all my courses as well. So take action. This information isn't going to do you any good. And like I always say, if you knew better, you would do better. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Give me a huge thumbs up. And until next time, take action.